Hello, my lovely YouTube family. I have some great content for you today, and I hope you like it. Let's watch it together. First up is
How do I feel about deportation? And I will say I do have some mixed views. However, with all my years of experience in recruiting or serving as a soldier in some kind of recruited capacity, nearly 20 years, I have ran into many high school students who have the desire to serve but lack the citizenship status and are undocumented. And the only thing I can think of is imagine being brought here as an infant or as a very young child. You are told your whole life to stay out of trouble, do good things, good grades, go to college or go to the military. And you do all of those things. And some of these kids that I've talked to and that I'm referring to are in the top 10% of their class. They reach that level, and when it's time for them to do something great, they have all their dreams stripped from them because they're just undocumented. And I think that's a very horrible feeling for me to witness, and that has to be a very horrible feeling for them as well. There has to be something that we can do. I understand having undocumented citizens may cause some issues, but let's take care of the kids at least. They are the ones that need us. They are the ones that we can't let down, especially when they have met all the expectations that we ask from them. Let's help them.
I cannot be the only one thinking this. So you guys know how the whole how Los Angeles is going through the immigration thing where ICE is popping up and just taking, children and families and everything. And we kind of already knew this was going to happen to a certain extent. I thought it would happen with like criminals and people that are in gangs and people that were not doing good things for this country, not literally hardworking people. But that's not the point. The point is that I remember back in the day when the whole Black Lives Matter movement was going on, and I supported it. I spoke up about it. I posted something about it, and I said something, right? Even though I'm not African American, honestly, why would I care? Because it is still something that's going on, and I did feel like it was unfair, and something should, be said. I know people are going to protest. I mean, could I have done more? Of course, but at the time, I did not. But at least I did speak up about it. What bothers me right now is that, like, a lot of celebrities or people, maybe influencers that we listen to, no one's saying anything. And I guess everybody has their own thoughts and opinions, and I completely respect that. I just feel like whenever they're discriminating against the other minorities, I'm gonna be quiet and I'm not gonna say anything, because where were you guys at right now? I'm, like I said, I'm not African American. I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to post about it. I didn't have to bring awareness to the subject, but I did. Okay, because it was still unfair, or at least I saw it as like police brutality. Like, what the heck is going on? And the reason why all these protests are going on as well is to bring awareness, to kind of say, hey, this is not fair. That's how change happens, right? But I just right now, like, going online and listening to some people's thoughts, and they're like, take them all away, deport them all. It's like, how could you be so insensitive? Like I said, I completely agree for deporting criminals and people that are actually doing harm to other people. But to innocent families, perhaps not. I do get that they broke the law. And I'm kind of, it's just the way that it's being done that it's just like, wow. I just kind of can't believe what's going on right now.
So I'm sitting here watching about the ICE raids, right? And let me say this. If you are an African American, this is for you. Don't get in that. The strategy is beginning with different ethnicities, okay? But what they want us to do is they want us to jump in because they want a reason to put our butts in jail. Be careful about, you're supposed to help your brother. Yes, you are. Pray. Do not get out there in those streets acting like you the next, what they call a martyr, because you will be. Stay in the house.
Guys, I can tell you right now, all those ICE raids that's going on over in Los Angeles is not good. And I'm going to tell you why it's not good. Because what we are watching on national television unfold right before our very eyes with the military. Now, as of today, Tuesday, June 10th, they called in the National Guards on top of 500 to 700 Marines on the ground. Not to mention the 2,000 troops that was deployed there Sunday, on top of a helicopter bringing in multiple additional weapons with more ammunition. Windows being broken out of cars, windows being smashed, police officers being, drummed to the ground, people being boom, boom, drummed to the ground. You guys think that this is bad, guys? This is actually about to take place in other places like Texas. Right now, there are protests going on in Texas. Right now in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there are protests going on in Texas right now. So everything that's going on in California, that's just one of the places, one of their number one staging places where they started the raids at. Now they're coming over to Texas. They're going to be over to all of the big states, and then they're going to filter down to the smaller cities and states, guys. ICE is not playing, guys. Listen, get yourself legit. If you are not going to be legit, know that ICE is coming to a city or state near you. If you have to hide. Don't be out in the clubs partying. Don't be out in the grocery store shopping. Don't be out in the mall with your family walking around knowing if you are here illegally, because they will snatch you up. They will snatch you up. You're going in the basement inside of a federal building. And just know, when you go inside that basement, inside that federal building, you will have no food. You will have no water. You will not have medical supplies for your medical condition that you may be experiencing or your child may be experiencing. There's people being detained who are being denied their lisinopril, which is heart medication, their diabetic medication, their pain medication. They don't care, guys. They are deporting people, detaining them left and right. It's definitely real, guys. If you guys are not paying attention to what's going on right now over in LA, you need to be paying attention. Don't wait until you start hearing a whole lot of windows breaking and doors screeching and doors getting kicked in next door from your house, and then try to figure out what's going on. You see what's going on. Pay attention to what's going on. Prepare yourselves, because a lot of people that's being detained are being detained by mistakes. It's because they don't have their ID with them. If you leave the house, carry your driver's license with you. Carry your passports with you. Carry some type of documents with you showing who you are, because if not, they're going to arrest you, put you in a holding facility until they can identify you. And when they do that, they have to fingerprint you. Fingerprints may not come right back, especially when you got tens of thousands of people per hour getting arrested without proper documentation. So be aware of what's going on. ICE is headed to a city or state near you. I promise you guys, it's happening, guys. Trump is trying to make an example. He's getting people out of here, man, and they doing it by force, guys. Like I said, you got the military, you got the Marines. Now, guys, as of today, again, like I said, June 10th, you got the National Guards coming in, guys. When the National Guards come in and the Marines come in, man, it's over with, bro. It's over with. They might as well just declare martial law right now, because that's pretty much what it is. It's an all-out war on the streets of the United States of America. I said this back in January and February that this was going to happen. Aside to us going through a recession, we might have avoided that recession for the first part of 2025, but we will not avoid the recession the second part of 2025. I promise you that everything I've been saying is going to happen is actually happening, guys. So prepare yourself for what's about to hit, because it's definitely coming, guys. ICE is coming. Thanks for watching.
I don't understand how people are still defending this man.
Look, a part of me can understand this woman's frustration. I don't know if she and her family or loved ones have gone through something traumatic as a result of this, cleaning up the border, tightening things up, getting illegals the hell out of here. And if she has gone through that, I feel bad, right? You never want to see people suffer. But two things can be true. While I can have those feelings, I also feel some kind of way that I don't see the Hispanic community, specifically Hispanic women, calling out their men. And Marisol, I need y'all to slow your whole damn roll on this topic. Because y'all love to get on here. I think at one point, y'all were even pointing the finger at black men, which made me feel some kind of way with regard to the election and Trump and the border. And how come y'all ain't stepping up and we've been there for you, black and brown together. This whole time, even with this video, y'all never call out Enrique. You never call out your men, who, by the way, the majority of which voted for Trump. I think Trump got between 55 and 58% of the male Hispanic vote in this country. And I think 42 or 43% of the overall Hispanic vote. So yeah, I'm nitpicking and being petty with regard to your word choice, but I need you to be very specific when you talk about how can you or how can they still support this man? No, Chica, the support happened last November. You're too late to be talking about how could you support. Your men voted majority for Trump, 55%, over half. Yet y'all never call them out. And as a black man, I gotta say, I'm low-key jealous of Enrique. Marisol ain't gonna call him out for nothing. But oh, the black manosphere, man, election wasn't even over. We was already getting blamed. Michelle Obama even slapped Barack in the back of the neck. Go get these ninjas in line, had him barking at us. Got blamed before the election was over. Voted, I think, 80-some% for Kamala, and still got blamed. Imagine that.
I came across this video, and this content creator is asking, why hasn't anyone asked the Asian community for help? Let's watch her video, and then I will help answer her question.
I seen someone ask this question, and it got me to thinking, you're right. Why haven't the Latin community called on the Asians that's in California to go out and march and help? Why is the call of action only to black people? I just really want to know. Because they call themselves the model minority. So they're supposed to be smarter, more educated. This is all per them. Why haven't y'all called on the Asians?
So since I'm an Asian American residing in the state of California, I think I can best answer this question. We, the model minority, as you state, the more educated one, is always the more sensible one. We have been taught to learn common sense. We don't follow anybody. We were taught by our parents to think for ourselves. Now, I'm going to tell you more, but let me hand it over to my mother and she can explain to you in her native tongue why there hasn't been a call for action.
នាងឯងអត់មានមកហៅកូនអាស៊ីធ្វើរបស់អញ្ចឹងទេកូនអាស៊ីយើងគេខំចំកូនគេតាំងពីទូចដល់ធំប៉ុណ្ណេះគេឲ្យកូនគេមករៀនសូត្ររលុយរស៊ីឲ្យមានអត់មានមកធ្វើអ្វីខុសច្បាប់ទេគេបញ្ជូនកូនគេមកស្រុកអាមេរិកគេបញ្ជូនឲ្យកូនគេមករៀនឲ្យដឹងទនាមទម្លាប់រស៊ីមានបានរទិញផ្ទះទិញឡានអត់មានមកបានមកធ្វើអ្វីណាខុសច្បាប់មកឲ្យជាប់គុកជាប់ទេម៉ែឪនាងឯងអត់មានចេះបដៅនាងឯងទេយីកុំមកហៅកូនគេមកធ្វើអញ្ចឹងកូនគេមិនទៅជាសដូចភូមិហងឯងទេ
Let me know if you need translation. I'll put it in the next video.
I'm gonna talk about something and it might ruffle some fucking feathers, so buckle up, Buttercup. It's gonna get a little wild. So the shit that's going on in California, you know, the raids, the deportation, the violence, makes no fucking sense to me. Like, I just don't understand it. Y'all are doing all this. You're breaking into convenience stores, throwing fireworks, throwing firebombs at cars, attacking agents, attacking other people, all doing this while flying and representing the same motherfucking flag of the country y'all don't want to go back to. Y'all are gladly flying the Mexican flag, but don't want to go back there because of the shit that goes on there. So instead of being peaceful and going to your local federal office and walking up to DC and doing a message that way, you guys are acting in violent. Y'all are the problem. And you're the exact reason why I voted for Trump.
What's the sheriff's department's role in protecting the people of Los Angeles against federal agents?
No.
You don't have a role to protect us against ICE?
We don't have anything to do with what they do. That's a completely different
But if they
entity of government. We're local police officers. They are federal agents. Totally different.
But if they come into your jurisdiction without your permission and attack your citizens, what's your role?
They don't need our permission to drive around. They're federal agents. They can go anywhere in the entire federal country.
So if they come into your community where you have jurisdiction and they're detaining people without warrants and they're detaining people without due process, what's your role?
That's fucked up, and we don't have a role. We go to calls for service. They do what they do, and we do what we do. We respond to calls for service when people have emergencies, when people have been robbed or need a report for something. That's completely different from what they do.
And what's more serious for people to be protected from than kidnapping and detention?
You can't. That everybody has their own problems. You're gonna say that my cat being stuck in a tree is more important than whatever's going on with anybody else in the world. It's a balance, okay? We have to respond to calls for service. Until everyone leaves everywhere, we will have to be here.
What?
Maybe I want to get hate for this, okay? I saw an Asian creator talk about there should be more Asian creators talking about what's happening right now in the U.S. with all the the riots, the things that are happening in California and stuff like that. Here's the thing where, and I'm a nobody, right? Not big, nothing, but I figured I want to give my opinion too. This is the thing where nobody is owed the right to enter someone else's country. Nobody. It is not in your human right to enter someone else's country illegally. It's not. It is not your human right to do that. It is not your human right to stay in someone else's country illegally. It's not in your human right. This is a thing where, I'll be realistic. We live in a world of winners and losers. If you come to the country illegally, okay, and it just so happens that you get found out, that's how it works. You get found out, they deport you to your country of origin. I don't believe it's kidnapping because you weren't meant to be here. You weren't meant to be here, right? You didn't come here illegally. You didn't wait the line. You didn't, you didn't do the work to get here legally. So, seeing the Asian creator said, no one's talking about the kidnapping. It's not kidnapping in my opinion, okay? I don't believe it's kidnapping. It's in broad daylight. You could see it. These people came here illegally. And really, it's not like they're not bringing these people, arresting these people and then killing them or, imprisoning them. No, they're deporting them to their country of origin. Maybe they go back into the line, right? I mean, this is a thing where we could talk about how our immigration laws or process should be changed. Yeah, but we've had years to try. We've had multiple years of Democrat rule. None of them have changed it. So really, it has no Democratic president has really changed the whole immigration rules. So really, this is the consequences of it. It just happens, and this is this is a thing where, honestly, if you don't have sometimes, if you don't really have, this is a thing where, if you don't really have love for your country, then you should not say shit, right? The Asian creators that say, or any creators, right? Asian, Latino creators that are not supporting their country, America, you shouldn't be in America. Okay? If you support people staying here illegally, you should not be in America. You shouldn't. Right? And I'm not saying you know what? I'm also being realistic. If you beat the system, great. If you could beat the system, great. There's plenty of people who could beat the system. But, winning and losing is part of it. These people, sadly, didn't beat the system. This is the thing where you gotta be realistic, okay? There are plenty of people who came here and beat the system, and they're here. There's other people who don't. They get deported. What do you complain about? What do you cry about? I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying it's like be an adult, live in the real world. There's winners and losers. And at the end of the day, it is not our human right to live in and enter a country illegally. So, you know, if you get caught, you get caught. So what I do hate, okay, is it's funny that the protesting and all that stuff, they like to wave around, you know, foreign flags. Then go back to the country of that flag. I really hate it sometimes, right? That these people want to enter the U.S., they barely speak English, if at all, and they like to rep other countries. Go back to that country then. And now that, you know what, America they're not standing for it anymore. Okay, well, you gotta deal with it. Oh, add on to my controversial opinion. I saw some people who trying to stop the raids, right, or vandalize the cities. They should be punished. They should be severely punished. I have no sympathy for if anyone gets injured. Any protesters get injured in their riots and they're trying to impede federal, forces. I have no sympathy for it. You know, you called for it, right? If you fail, you got hurt. Well, that's comes with the territory. Hell, I honestly think that the federal forces should, I don't know, go be harder, right? Be more like. Be more strict. Show them that no, this is a law. This is like we're not gonna allow you to go, try to impede anything. But that's my thought.
You're running us over. You're shooting us all because of the color of our skin. All because we have culture. We brought it here, and we are who we.
Bitch, what color you is? I see a Mexican flag in the back. I'm thinking your ass black or mixed. You Mexican. Bitch, who's shooting y'all? The last time I checked, y'all voted for Trump. Now y'all want our help? When shit go down in the white folk community, y'all ass ain't there. When shit go down in the black community, y'all ass ain't there. Bitch, what the hell you want us to do? We stand out of y'all shit, how y'all stay out of our shit. All I can say is accountability, baby. Accountability. This what we working on TikTok. This what we working on in this world. Accountability. Blame y'all damn self. Only thing I gotta say is, I just want to know one thing. How y'all goddamn Mexican get $13,000 worth of food stamps? Because I'm trying to see what the hell y'all be doing to get that shit. If you can tell me that, I promise you, we'll march with y'all. Because I ain't gonna lie, the price of food is too goddamn high.
I see that ISIS is going to pick up all these immigrants. But the one thing that's crazy that really stuck to me and that really was blowing my mind, like, y'all ain't picking up no niggas. Y'all don't want to pick up no black people, huh? Y'all don't want to pick up ISIS. Y'all got problems with black people or something? Y'all don't want to send us back to where we belong, huh? Y'all don't want to let the secrets out to no black people about where the hell we need to be going and where we from and where our history and all this shit come from. If we come from Africa, why the fuck you ain't sending us back? You gotta explain that. Why they ain't picking up no black people and sending them back, buddy? You know why? It's because we belong here already. They came over here and stole this motherfucker from a nigga. That's why they don't want to tell us nothing. And they don't want us to go no goddamn where, because we ain't got no goddamn where to go. But y'all think y'all funny, ISIS. We on your ass. You don't want to pick us up, huh? Come get us, ISIS.